As the sun began its descent, casting a warm, golden hue over the bustling city of Miami, Marcus Thompson adjusted his tie and straightened his suit jacket. He took a deep breath, standing in front of the large glass doors of the high-end luxury car dealership. It wasn't just any day for Marcus. It was the day he had been working toward for years. Marcus was a tall, imposing figure, his skin a deep shade of brown, his eyes sharp and determined. His journey hadn't been easy. Growing up in a tough neighborhood, he had faced countless obstacles. But through sheer willpower and a relentless work ethic, he had built a successful real estate business from the ground up. Today, he was ready to reward himself for all his hard work with a luxury car, a symbol of his achievements. He pushed open the doors and stepped inside, the cool air conditioning washing over him. The showroom was immaculate, filled with sleek, polished cars that seemed to shimmer under the bright lights. Marcus's heart pounded with excitement as he scanned the room, his eyes landing on a stunning black sports car. He could already picture himself behind the wheel, the engine purring as he drove through the city. "Good afternoon, sir. How can I help you today?" a voice interrupted his thoughts. Marcus turned to see a young salesman approaching, a polite smile plastered on his face. The name tag on his chest read Tom. "Good afternoon," Marcus replied, extending his hand. "I'm interested in purchasing a car. That black sports car over there caught my eye." Tom's smile faltered for a brief moment, almost imperceptibly, but Marcus noticed. "Of course," Tom said, regaining his composure. "That model is one of our finest. But, are you sure you want that one? It's quite expensive." Marcus raised an eyebrow. "I'm aware of the price. I can afford it." Tom hesitated, glancing around the showroom as if seeking backup. "Well, it's just that sometimes these cars are more suitable for a different kind of lifestyle." Marcus felt a twinge of annoyance but kept his expression neutral. "I'm quite certain it suits my lifestyle just fine. I'd like to test drive it." Before Tom could respond, another salesman approached. This one was older with a more authoritative air about him. His name tag read Richard. He gave Marcus a scrutinizing look before addressing Tom. "Is there a problem here?" "No problem," Marcus said firmly. "I was just about to test drive that car." Richard glanced at the car, then back at Marcus. "I'm afraid that particular model is reserved for our more established clients. Perhaps you'd like to see something else?" The blatant insinuation stung. Marcus had dealt with prejudice and judgment his entire life, but it never got easier. He took a deep breath, refusing to let his anger show. "I am an established client. I have the means to purchase that car, and I'd like to proceed with a test drive." Richard's eyes narrowed. "I'm not sure that's possible. We have policies, you see." Marcus felt the heat rising in his chest, but he remained calm. "I'd like to speak with the manager." Richard smirked. "I am the manager, and as I said, we have policies." Just then, a woman appeared from the back office. She was impeccably dressed, with an air of authority that surpassed Richard's. "What's going on here?" she asked, her voice firm. "This gentleman," Richard began, but Marcus cut him off. "I am here to buy a car, and your staff seems to think I can't afford it," Marcus said, his voice steady. The woman looked at Marcus, then at Richard. "I'll handle this," she said. "Come with me, sir." Marcus followed her to a private office, his heart still pounding. She closed the door behind them and gestured for him to sit. "I apologize for my staff," she began. "My name is Jennifer, and I am the owner of this dealership." Marcus nodded, appreciating her direct approach. "Thank you, Jennifer. I don't appreciate being judged based on appearances." Jennifer sighed. "I understand. Unfortunately, it happens more often than I'd like to admit. Let's start over. You're interested in the black sports car?" "Yes, I am," Marcus replied. "I'd like to test drive it and discuss financing options." Jennifer smiled. "Of course. Let me get the keys and we can arrange that test drive right away." As Jennifer left the room, Marcus felt a sense of relief wash over him. Maybe this day would turn out as he had hoped after all. But deep down a fire had been lit. He wasn't just buying a car, he was making a statement. When Jennifer returned with the keys, Marcus felt a renewed sense of determination. He followed her back to the showroom, where Richard and Tom watched with thinly veiled disdain. Marcus ignored them, focusing on the sleek black car before him. Jennifer handed him the keys. "Enjoy your test drive, Mr. Thompson." Marcus slid into the driver's seat, the leather soft and luxurious beneath him. As he started the engine, the car roared to life, the sound sending a thrill through him. He could already imagine the look on his friends' faces when he drove up in this beauty. He took the car for a spin, the power and precision of the machine exhilarating. When he returned to the dealership, Jennifer was waiting for him, a stack of paperwork in hand. "Let's talk numbers," she said with a smile. As they went over the details, Marcus felt a sense of satisfaction. This car was more than just a purchase. It was a symbol of his hard-earned success, and no one could take that away from him. But as he signed the final paperwork, a thought crossed his mind. This experience had been a reminder of the biases he still faced, even as a successful businessman. He couldn't change people's prejudices, but he could show them that they were wrong. When the deal was done, Marcus shook Jennifer's hand. "Thank you for your help. I'll be back for service and any future purchases." Jennifer smiled warmly. "We look forward to serving you, Mr. Thompson." As Marcus drove away in his new car, he couldn't help but think about the other customers who might face the same treatment. He decided then and there that he would use his platform and resources to advocate for change, to challenge the biases and prejudices that still existed in society. The road ahead was long, but Marcus was ready. He had faced adversity before and come out stronger. This was just another challenge, and he was more than prepared to meet it head-on. Marcus's new car gleamed under the Miami sun as he pulled into the parking lot of his office building the next morning. His employees, many of whom had followed his journey from the start, gathered around, admiring the sleek vehicle. Marcus felt a sense of pride, but also a renewed purpose. The experience at the dealership had left a lasting impact, and he was determined to turn that negativity into something positive. Inside his office, Marcus sat at his desk, contemplating his next move. He knew he had to address the deeper issue of discrimination and bias, not just for himself, but for others who faced similar challenges. He picked up his phone and dialed the number of his best friend and business partner, David. "David, I have an idea," Marcus began, his voice steady. "I want to start a foundation aimed at combating racial discrimination in business and promoting diversity." David was silent for a moment, then replied, "Marcus, that's a brilliant idea. We can use our influence and resources to make a real difference. Let's do it." The two spent the next few weeks planning and organizing. They named their initiative Equal Path Foundation, a nonprofit aimed at providing support, education, and opportunities for underrepresented communities in the business world. The foundation would offer scholarships, mentorship programs, and workshops to help individuals overcome barriers and succeed. News of the foundation spread quickly. Marcus's story of resilience and success, coupled with his new venture, garnered media attention. Interviews, articles, and social media posts highlighted his journey and the purpose behind the foundation. The response was overwhelming, with people from all walks of life reaching out to support the cause. One afternoon, as Marcus was reviewing applications for the foundation's first scholarship program, he received an unexpected visitor. Jennifer, the owner of the car dealership, walked into his office. "Marcus, I hope you don't mind me stopping by," Jennifer said, a bit hesitant. "Not at all," Marcus replied, motioning for her to sit. "What brings you here?" Jennifer took a deep breath. "I wanted to apologize again for what happened at the dealership, and I also want to commend you for turning that negative experience into something so positive. Your foundation is inspiring." "Thank you, Jennifer," Marcus said sincerely. "It means a lot to hear that from you, but we still have a lot of work to do." Jennifer nodded. "I agree, and that's why I want to offer my support. I believe in your mission, and I want to contribute. Our dealership can sponsor some of your programs and provide internships for your scholarship recipients." Marcus was taken aback by her offer. "That's incredibly generous of you, Jennifer. We would be honored to have your support." With the dealership's backing, the foundation gained even more traction. The first scholarship recipients were announced, and their stories of perseverance and ambition echoed Marcus's own journey. Each success story added a new layer to the Foundation's mission, creating a ripple effect that reached far beyond what Marcus had initially envisioned. One evening, as Marcus stood on the balcony of his office looking out over the city, he felt a sense of fulfillment he hadn't experienced before. He had turned a moment of humiliation into a movement for change. The road ahead was still long, but with the support of his community and the determination of those he aimed to help, Marcus knew they were on the right path. The Equal Path Foundation was just the beginning. Marcus's vision extended beyond the foundation, aiming for a world where everyone, regardless of their background, had the opportunity to succeed. And as he watched the city lights twinkle in the distance, he knew that this was only the start of something much bigger. Months passed and the Equal Path Foundation flourished. Marcus was continually inspired by the stories of those they helped. Yet, he felt there was more to be done. One evening, he received an email that would take the Foundation's mission to a new level. The email was from a renowned tech conference organizer inviting Marcus to speak about his journey and the Foundation's impact. This was a chance to share his message with a global audience. Marcus accepted the invitation, eager to broaden the Foundation's reach. At the conference, Marcus stood backstage, nerves fluttering in his stomach. He had faced countless boardrooms and business meetings, but this felt different. As he stepped onto the stage, the applause was deafening. He looked out at the sea of faces and began to speak. "Good evening. My name is Marcus Thompson, and I want to tell you a story about resilience, discrimination, and the power of turning adversity into change." He recounted his experience at the car dealership, the formation of the Equal Path Foundation, and the incredible stories of those they had helped. His words resonated deeply with the audience, and by the time he finished, the entire hall was on its feet, applauding. After his speech, Marcus was approached by numerous entrepreneurs, investors, and influencers, all eager to support his cause. One of them was Sophia Ramirez, a successful tech entrepreneur known for her advocacy in diversity and inclusion. "Marcus, your story is powerful," Sophia said. "I'd love to collaborate with you. We can integrate your foundation's programs into the tech industry, creating more opportunities for underrepresented communities." Marcus was thrilled by the idea. "That would be amazing, Sophia. Together, we can make an even bigger impact." Their collaboration led to the creation of tech-focused initiatives within the Equal Path Foundation. They launched coding boot camps, tech scholarships, and mentorship programs aimed at diversifying the tech industry. The results were astounding, with many participants securing jobs at top tech companies. One day, as Marcus walked through one of their coding boot camps, he saw a young woman intensely focused on her computer. She reminded him of himself, determined and resilient. He approached her and introduced himself. "Hi, I'm Marcus. How's it going?" She looked up, her eyes bright with excitement. "Mr. Thompson, it's going great. I never thought I'd have this opportunity. Thank you for making this possible." Hearing her words, Marcus felt a profound sense of accomplishment. This was why he started the foundation, to give others the chances he had to fight for. As the sun set that evening, Marcus reflected on the journey so far. The foundation had grown beyond his wildest dreams, touching lives and breaking down barriers. But he knew this was just the beginning. There were still many challenges ahead, and he was ready to face them. With new partnerships, expanded programs, and a global platform, Marcus and the Equal Path Foundation were poised to continue their mission of creating a world where everyone had the opportunity to succeed. The future was bright, and Marcus was more determined than ever to lead the way. Marcus was riding high on the success of the Equal Path Foundation's initiatives. The tech-focused programs in particular had drawn significant attention and praise. However, as the foundation expanded, so did the challenges. One morning, while reviewing the foundation's latest progress reports, Marcus received an urgent call from David. "Marcus, we've got a problem," David said, his voice tense. "One of our major sponsors is pulling out, and it's going to leave a huge gap in our funding." Marcus felt a pang of anxiety. "Why? What happened?" "There's a rumor circulating that the foundation is mismanaging funds. It's completely unfounded, but it's causing panic." Marcus sighed, frustration bubbling inside him. "We need to get ahead of this. Let's meet with our financial team and address this immediately." Within hours, Marcus and David were in a conference room with the Foundation's top financial officers. They pored over every detail, ensuring their records were transparent and accurate. The team confirmed that everything was in order, and Marcus felt a small sense of relief. "We need to clear our name," Marcus said. "Let's hold a press conference and be completely transparent about our finances. We owe it to our supporters and beneficiaries to address this head-on." The following day, Marcus stood before a room full of reporters and cameras. He presented the Foundation's financial reports, answered questions, and made a heartfelt plea for the community's continued support. "Our mission is too important to be derailed by baseless accusations," Marcus said firmly. "We have always operated with integrity, and we will continue to do so. Our focus remains on empowering those who need it most." The press conference was a success. The transparency and honesty Marcus displayed reassured many, and within a week, the rumors began to die down. The major sponsor that had pulled out reconsidered and reinstated their funding, much to Marcus's relief. Despite the crisis being averted, the experience left Marcus more vigilant. He realized the Foundation needed a robust strategy to protect its reputation and ensure long-term sustainability. He gathered his team to brainstorm new ideas. "Let's create an advisory board," Marcus suggested. "We need experts in finance, public relations, and legal affairs to guide us and prevent future issues. We should also consider diversifying our funding sources to avoid reliance on a few major sponsors." The team agreed, and within a month, the advisory board was established. It included respected figures from various industries who believed in the Foundation's mission and were committed to its success. One of the new board members, Dr. Clara Evans, a renowned economist, brought fresh insights. "We should also look into building an endowment fund," she proposed. "It will provide a stable financial foundation and support our programs in perpetuity." Marcus appreciated her suggestion. "That's a great idea, Dr. Evans. Let's explore how we can start building that fund." As they implemented these new measures, the Foundation continued to thrive. The coding boot camps and scholarships expanded, reaching even more communities. The endowment fund began to grow, securing the Foundation's future. One evening, Marcus received an email from one of the first scholarship recipients. She had just landed a job at a major tech company and wanted to thank him personally. "Your support changed my life, Mr. Thompson. I'm now in a position to help others, just like you helped me." Reading her words, Marcus felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The challenges they faced had made the Foundation stronger, more resilient. He knew there would be more obstacles ahead, but with a dedicated team and a clear mission, they could overcome anything. As he looked out at the city skyline, Marcus felt a renewed sense of purpose. The Equal Path Foundation was not just a response to his own experiences, it was a beacon of hope for many. And that hope was something worth fighting for. With the Foundation on solid footing, Marcus began to think about how to further expand its reach. One afternoon, while reviewing new partnership proposals, he received an unexpected phone call from an old acquaintance, Rachel Coleman. Rachel was a prominent civil rights attorney who had made a name for herself defending cases of discrimination and injustice. They had met years ago at a community event and had kept in touch sporadically. "Marcus, it's been a while," Rachel began. "I've been following the incredible work you're doing with the Equal Path Foundation. I think we can help each other." Marcus was intrigued. "What do you have in mind?" "I'm working on a case against a large corporation accused of discriminatory hiring practices. We need solid evidence and strong testimonies. I believe your foundation can provide both by sharing stories and data from the people you've helped." Marcus saw the potential impact immediately. "We'd be happy to support your case. Our data and stories can shed light on the systemic issues that need addressing." Over the next few weeks, Marcus and his team worked closely with Rachel. They compiled testimonies from program participants who had faced discrimination in their careers and documented the Foundation's efforts to overcome these barriers. The collaboration was intense, but rewarding. The case gained significant media attention. As Rachel presented the evidence in court, Marcus watched from the gallery, feeling a mix of pride and determination. The stories shared by the Foundation's beneficiaries were powerful and undeniable. One testimony in particular stood out. A young man named Jamal, who had been through the Foundation's mentorship program, spoke about his struggles to find employment despite his qualifications. His story highlighted the pervasive bias that still existed in many industries. Rachel's arguments were compelling, and after weeks of deliberation, the court ruled in favor of the plaintiffs. The corporation was found guilty of discriminatory practices and was ordered to implement extensive reforms and pay significant damages. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed Rachel and Marcus. Rachel spoke first. "This victory is not just for our clients, but for everyone who has faced discrimination. It's a step towards a more just and equal society." Marcus added, "The Equal Path Foundation will continue to fight for those who are unfairly judged and marginalized. This case shows that change is possible when we stand together." The victory brought a surge of new support and recognition to the foundation. Donations increased, and more individuals and organizations reached out to collaborate. Marcus felt a renewed sense of purpose, knowing they were making tangible progress. One evening, as Marcus was reflecting on the recent events, he received a call from Sophia Ramirez. "Marcus, I have an exciting proposition," Sophia said. "Let's host a summit on diversity and inclusion in the tech industry. We can bring together leaders, innovators, and advocates to share insights and strategies." Marcus loved the idea. "That sounds perfect, Sophia. Let's make it happen." The summit was a resounding success. It featured keynote speakers, panel discussions, and workshops focused on creating inclusive workplaces. The energy was palpable, and the conversation sparked new ideas and collaborations. As Marcus stood on the stage to deliver the closing remarks, he looked out at the diverse audience and felt a deep sense of accomplishment. "Today, we've taken another step towards a future where everyone has the opportunity to succeed," Marcus said. "Together, we will continue to break down barriers and build a world where equality is not just an ideal, but a reality." The applause was thunderous, and Marcus felt a profound connection with everyone in the room. The journey was far from over, but with each victory and each new ally, the path to equality became clearer. The success of the Diversity Summit energized Marcus and his team. They returned to their work with renewed vigor, eager to implement the ideas and strategies discussed. But just as they began to see the fruits of their labor, a new challenge emerged. One morning, Marcus received an alarming email from a colleague at another nonprofit. It detailed a proposed piece of legislation that, if passed, would severely limit funding and support for programs like those run by the Equal Path Foundation. The bill was gaining traction and had the potential to undo much of the progress they had made. Marcus immediately called an emergency meeting with his team. "We need to act fast," he said. "This legislation could cripple our efforts and harm countless people who rely on our programs." David nodded. "We should mobilize our network, gather support, and lobby against this bill. We need to make our voices heard." The team quickly sprang into action. They launched a campaign to raise awareness about the harmful impacts of the proposed legislation. Marcus reached out to allies, including Rachel Coleman and Sophia Ramirez, who agreed to help. They organized rallies, wrote op-eds, and utilized social media to spread their message. One of the most impactful moments came when Marcus spoke at a town hall meeting. The room was packed with concerned citizens, community leaders, and media representatives. Marcus took the stage, his voice filled with passion. "This bill threatens the very fabric of our community," he began. "It targets the most vulnerable among us and undermines the values of equality and justice that we strive to uphold. We cannot and will not stand by and let this happen." He shared stories of individuals who had benefited from the Foundation's programs, highlighting the positive changes in their lives. The audience was moved, many of them wiping away tears. The campaign gained momentum. Petitions were signed, letters were sent to lawmakers, and public support swelled. However, the fight was far from over. The bill was scheduled for a vote, and the outcome was uncertain. On the day of the vote, Marcus and his team gathered at the state capitol. They joined a large crowd of supporters, holding signs and chanting for justice. The atmosphere was tense, but there was a sense of solidarity and determination. As the lawmakers debated inside, Marcus spoke with reporters outside, reiterating the importance of their cause. "This isn't just about one bill," he said. It's about standing up for what's right and ensuring that everyone has a fair chance to succeed. Hours later, the news finally came. The bill had been defeated. Cheers erupted from the crowd, and Marcus felt a wave of relief and triumph. It was a hard-fought victory, but it reinforced the power of collective action and community support. Back at the foundation, the team celebrated their success, but Marcus knew their work was far from finished. They had won this battle, but the fight for equality and justice was ongoing. In the following weeks, the foundation continued to expand its programs and reach. They launched new initiatives focused on advocacy and policy change, ensuring that they could proactively address future challenges. One evening, as Marcus reviewed their progress, he received a call from a young woman who had been part of their first coding boot camp. She had recently started her own tech company and wanted to give back to the foundation. "Your support changed my life," she said. "I want to help others the way you helped me." Her words touched Marcus deeply. "Thank you. Your success is the greatest reward we could ask for." As he hung up, Marcus felt a profound sense of purpose. The journey was long and often difficult, but every step forward made a difference. The Equal Path Foundation was more than an organization. It was a movement, driven by the belief that together, they could create a better, more equitable world. The victory against the bill was a major milestone for the Equal Path Foundation. As they continued to grow, Marcus and his team decided to expand their reach beyond their local community. They aimed to create a national presence, bringing their programs to underserved areas across the country. One day, Marcus received an invitation to speak at a national conference on social justice and economic empowerment in Washington, D.C. This was the perfect opportunity to showcase the foundation's work on a larger stage and attract new supporters. At the conference, Marcus met a diverse group of activists, policymakers, and business leaders. Among them was Dr. Amanda Lee, a renowned sociologist and advocate for educational reform. After hearing Marcus's speech, she approached him with an intriguing proposal. "Marcus, I'm impressed by what you've accomplished," Dr. Lee said. "I believe our efforts could complement each other. I'm working on a national initiative to improve access to quality education in marginalized communities. If we collaborate, we can create a comprehensive program that addresses both education and economic empowerment." Marcus saw the potential in her idea. "That sounds incredible, Dr. Lee. Let's discuss how we can make this happen." Over the next few weeks, Marcus and Dr. Lee developed a joint initiative called Pathways to Success. This program combined the foundation's focus on career training and mentorship with Dr. Lee's expertise in educational reform. They aimed to provide students with the skills and opportunities needed to thrive in the modern economy. The program launched in several pilot cities with the goal of scaling up nationally. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Schools, community centers, and local businesses eagerly participated, recognizing the transformative potential of the initiative. One day, Marcus visited a high school in one of the pilot cities. He spoke to a group of students about their dreams and aspirations, encouraging them to take full advantage of the new program. A shy young girl named Mia approached him after his talk. "Mr. Thompson, do you really think I can become a software engineer? I've always loved computers, but I never thought it was possible." Marcus smiled warmly. "Mia, with hard work and the right support, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. We're here to help you every step of the way." Mia's eyes lit up with newfound confidence. "Thank you, Mr. Thompson. I'll do my best." As the Pathways to Success program grew, so did its impact. Students like Mia were not only excelling academically, but also gaining valuable skills and connections that opened doors to promising careers. The foundation's mission was becoming a reality on a much larger scale. Meanwhile, the foundation's expansion brought new challenges. Coordinating efforts across multiple cities required careful planning and collaboration. Marcus and his team worked tirelessly, but the results were worth it. The stories of success and transformation kept them motivated. One evening, after a particularly long day, Marcus received a call from an unexpected source, the office of the President of the United States. He was invited to a meeting to discuss the foundation's work and its potential as a model for national policy. Marcus was both excited and nervous. This was an unprecedented opportunity to influence change at the highest level. At the White House, he met with top officials and shared the success stories from the Foundation's programs. They were impressed by the tangible results and the innovative approach. "Mr. Thompson," one official said, "your work is truly inspiring. We'd like to explore how we can support and replicate your model on a national scale." Marcus felt a surge of hope. "Thank you. It's an honor to have this opportunity. Together, we can make a real difference." As he left the White House, Marcus couldn't help but reflect on how far they had come. The Foundation had grown from a response to personal adversity into a nationwide movement for equality and empowerment. The journey was far from over, but Marcus knew they were on the right path. With continued dedication and the support of countless allies, the Equal Path Foundation would keep pushing forward, expanding horizons and changing lives. The meeting at the White House marked a significant turning point for the Equal Path Foundation. The recognition and potential for national support invigorated Marcus and his team, but it also brought new challenges. The spotlight was brighter, and the expectations were higher. To ensure the Foundation's expanded reach was sustainable, Marcus decided to establish regional offices. These offices would allow for better coordination and local engagement. One of the first regional offices was set up in Detroit, a city with a rich history but facing economic hardships. On the opening day of the Detroit office, Marcus addressed the community. "We're here to build partnerships and create opportunities. Together, we can turn challenges into success stories." The Detroit office quickly became a hub of activity. Local leaders, businesses, and educators joined forces with the Foundation to tailor programs that addressed the specific needs of the community. Marcus knew that local involvement was key to the Foundation's success. One partnership that emerged was with a local automotive company. They agreed to provide internships and job training programs for young adults, offering a pathway to stable careers. The collaboration was a testament to the power of community-driven initiatives. During a visit to the automotive company, Marcus met a young man named Alex. Alex had faced numerous obstacles, including growing up in a neighborhood with limited opportunities. Through the Foundation's program, he secured an internship and was now on track for a full-time position. "Mr. Thompson, this program changed my life," Alex said. "I never thought I'd have a chance like this. Thank you for believing in us." Marcus was deeply moved. "Alex, it's your hard work and determination that made this possible. We're just here to support you." As the Foundation's regional offices flourished, Marcus continued to build on the momentum from the White House meeting. He was invited to participate in a task force aimed at developing national policies for educational and economic empowerment. This was another step towards institutionalizing the Foundation's mission. At one of the task force meetings, Marcus proposed integrating the Foundation's programs into the national education system. "We need to prepare our youth for the future," he argued. "Our programs have proven effective in equipping students with the skills and opportunities they need to succeed." The proposal received strong support, and soon, pilot programs were launched in schools across the country. These programs provided students with hands-on training, mentorship, and career guidance, bridging the gap between education and employment. One day, Marcus received a call from Mia, the shy girl he had met at the high school in the pilot city. She was now a senior, preparing to graduate and pursue a degree in computer science. "Mr. Thompson, I got accepted into my dream college," Mia said, her voice filled with excitement. "I couldn't have done it without the Foundation's support." Marcus felt a surge of pride. "Congratulations, Mia. I always knew you could do it. This is just the beginning of your journey." As the national programs expanded, Marcus and his team faced new administrative and logistical challenges. They worked tirelessly to ensure the quality and effectiveness of their initiatives. The Foundation's reputation continued to grow, attracting more partners and resources. One evening, Marcus sat in his office reflecting on the incredible journey. The Foundation had come a long way from its humble beginnings. They had faced numerous obstacles, but had turned each challenge into an opportunity for growth and impact. The success of the Equal Path Foundation was a testament to the power of resilience, community, and unwavering commitment to justice and equality. Marcus knew there were still many hurdles to overcome, but with a dedicated team and the support of countless allies, they would continue to forge ahead. The journey was far from over, but Marcus was more determined than ever. The foundation was not just changing lives, it was shaping a future where everyone had the opportunity to succeed. The national recognition and success of the Equal Path Foundation opened doors Marcus never thought possible. With the foundation's programs firmly established across the United States, Marcus began to think globally. He saw potential for impact far beyond American borders. One morning, Marcus received a call from an international organization focused on economic development and education. They had heard about the foundation's work and wanted to collaborate on a pilot program in Africa. The idea excited Marcus, offering a chance to extend their mission globally. A few months later, Marcus found himself in Nairobi, Kenya. He met with local leaders, educators, and business owners to discuss the implementation of the foundation's programs. The enthusiasm and potential were palpable. "We can adapt our models to fit local needs and contexts," Marcus explained during a meeting. "Our goal is to empower communities with the tools they need to succeed." The pilot program, named Global Pathways, focused on providing education, vocational training, and mentorship to young people in underprivileged areas. The program launched in Nairobi with a ceremony attended by local dignitaries, community members, and international partners. As part of the launch, Marcus visited a school participating in the program. He spoke to a group of students, sharing his story and encouraging them to pursue their dreams. One student, a girl named Amina, asked him a question that stayed with him. "Mr. Thompson, do you believe someone like me can make a difference in the world?" Amina asked, her eyes full of hope. Marcus smiled warmly. "Amina, I believe you can change the world. With education, determination, and support, there's nothing you can't achieve." The Global Pathways program quickly gained momentum. The success stories from Nairobi began to attract attention from other countries. Marcus received invitations to implement similar programs in India, Brazil, and other regions facing similar challenges. Back in the United States, the foundation's work continued to thrive. The national programs had become a model for other organizations, and the government was considering integrating some of the foundation's initiatives into national policy. Marcus found himself traveling frequently, balancing the expansion of the foundation with his ongoing commitment to existing programs. One evening, after returning from a trip abroad, Marcus received a call from David. "Marcus, you need to see this," David said, his voice brimming with excitement. David had sent Marcus a link to an article in a major international publication. The article highlighted the foundation's global impact and featured stories from program participants around the world. It was a testament to the foundation's far-reaching influence and the lives they were changing. Marcus read through the article, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. The journey had been long and challenging, but the results were undeniable. The foundation had grown from a local initiative into a global movement, touching countless lives and breaking down barriers across continents. Reflecting on their journey, Marcus knew the work was far from done. There were still many communities in need and many challenges to overcome. But with each new partnership, each success story, and each life changed, the foundation's vision of a more equitable world became a little clearer. As he looked out at the city lights from his office window, Marcus felt a renewed sense of purpose. The Equal Path Foundation was more than just a response to personal adversity. It was a beacon of hope, a catalyst for change, and a testament to the power of resilience and determination. With a global vision and an unwavering commitment to justice and equality, Marcus and his team were ready to continue their journey, expanding horizons and creating a brighter future for all. The Global Pathways program flourished, transforming lives across continents. Marcus, once a local businessman facing prejudice, had become a global advocate for equality and empowerment. Yet he knew the true measure of success wasn't just in the present impact, but in the lasting legacy the Equal Path Foundation would leave behind. As the foundation celebrated its 10th anniversary, Marcus reflected on the journey. He decided to host a global summit, bringing together all the partners, beneficiaries, and supporters who had been part of the foundation's story. The summit would be a celebration of their achievements and a platform to chart the future. The summit was held in New York City, a symbol of the foundation's global reach. Delegates from around the world attended, sharing stories of transformation and hope. Marcus stood on stage looking out at the diverse audience. He felt a profound sense of gratitude and responsibility. "Thank you all for being here," Marcus began. "The Equal Path Foundation started as a dream to make a difference in one community. Today, it's a global movement. Our journey has shown that with determination, support, and a shared vision, we can overcome any barrier." He shared highlights from the past decade: the young girl who became a tech entrepreneur, the boy who now led a community initiative, and the countless others who had found their paths through the Foundation's programs. "Each story is a testament to what we can achieve together," Marcus continued. "But our work is not done. We must continue to push boundaries, challenge prejudices, and create opportunities for all." As the summit progressed, Marcus met with various leaders to discuss future collaborations. One such meeting was with a representative from the United Nations who proposed integrating the Foundation's programs into their global development goals. "This could exponentially increase our reach and impact," the representative said. "Together we can ensure that every child, no matter where they are, has the opportunity to succeed." Marcus was thrilled by the prospect. "Let's make it happen," he said, shaking hands with the representative. The final day of the summit featured a special ceremony honoring the Foundation's impact. Amina, the girl Marcus had met in Nairobi, was now a young woman and one of the keynote speakers. She stood on stage, confident and articulate. "Mr. Thompson once told me that with education, determination, and support, there's nothing I can't achieve," Amina said. "Today, I stand before you as proof of that. The Foundation gave me the tools to change my life, and now I'm dedicated to helping others do the same." Her words moved the audience, and Marcus felt an overwhelming sense of pride. Amina presented Marcus with a plaque inscribed with the words, "For transforming lives and building a brighter future." As the summit concluded, Marcus took a moment to himself. He thought about the challenges, the victories, and the people who had been part of this incredible journey. He knew that while he had been a catalyst, the true heroes were the countless individuals who had embraced the Foundation's mission and worked tirelessly to make it a reality. Returning to his office, Marcus gathered his team. "We've accomplished so much, but there's still more to do," he said. "Our legacy will be measured not just by the lives we've changed, but by the systems we've transformed. Let's continue to push forward, innovate, and expand our reach." The team agreed, energized by the summit and the new opportunities on the horizon. They began planning the next phase of their work, focusing on sustainability and scalability to ensure the Foundation's impact would endure for generations. As Marcus walked through the bustling Foundation offices, he felt a sense of peace. The journey had been long and often challenging, but it was far from over. The Equal Path Foundation was not just his legacy, it was a living, breathing testament to what could be achieved when people united for a common cause. With a global network, a clear vision, and an unwavering commitment to justice and equality, Marcus and his team were ready to continue their mission. The future was bright, and the possibilities were endless.